Chapter 11. Reuben gets a pet elephant. 5-year-old Reuben was most excited. He was flying with his parents from Milwaukee, United States to Bangalore, India, where Uncle Ram and Aunt Jean had a farm. He was going to bike all summer with Daddy. He could hardly wait for the long plane ride to end. From there they went to Domlur village, their native village. When he got there, Uncle Ram and Aunt Jean were all smiles as he hugged them. Daddy promised to take him biking the next day. As Reuben went to sleep, he thought, boy, this is going to be one fun vacation. The next morning, as Reuben and Daddy left on their bike, Mommy waved them off with be careful. While Daddy stayed the bike, Reuben sat smiling in the back and looking around with wide, enchanted eyes. He saw lots of animals and birds, goats, cows, dogs, cats, chickens, and even a peacock. They took the scenic route through the paddy fields and went up the hill which stood close by. As they turned and started down the hill, Reuben cried out, Daddy, you are going too fast. Remember what Mommy said. But Daddy was enjoying the rush of wind on his face and did not slow down. At the bottom of the hill, he hit a large rock with a thud. Down went Daddy first and Reuben landed on Daddy's stomach. Although Reuben was unhurt, Daddy had sprained his ankle in the tumble. As best as he could, Reuben helped Daddy and made him sit under a tree. He looked around but there was no one in sight. After some time, he saw a car come by and frantically waved at it to stop. Fortunately, it was the village headman with his daughter, Gauri. They helped Daddy onto the back seat and put the bike on top of the car. But they went only a short distance before the car got stuck in the mud. Reuben turned to Gauri and asked, What do we do now? Gauri instantly replied, Only Lakshmi can help us now. Who is Lakshmi? Enquired Reuben. Lakshmi is an elephant who stays by the temple ruins. She can push the car out of the mud easily. But she doesn't listen to anyone. Why don't you try talking to her? How far is the temple? Asked Reuben. It is not too far and I can show you the way, said Gauri, eagerly climbing out of the car. So they both started off on foot in search of Lakshmi. They reached the temple ruins. Surrounded by tall trees with monkeys shrieking and jumping in the branches, and found Lakshmi asleep. Reuben called out, Lakshmi, but she did not even open her eyes. Reuben had seen elephants only at the zoos in Milwaukee, but never this close. He went right up to the huge, grey sleeping elephant and whispered into its large ear, Lakshmi, wake up. It's me, Reuben. I need your help. Lakshmi reluctantly opened one eye and looked at him. My dad is hurt and the car is stuck in the mud. Will you help us please? He pleaded. Lakshmi opened both eyes, sat up, flapped her large ears, and considered Reuben to be a well-mannered boy. Reuben did not know what to do next. Lakshmi, if you help us, I will take you home and you can be my very own pet elephant. We'll have so much fun together, he finally promised. Lakshmi was thrilled to hear this. Nobody had ever offered to have her as their pet in the past. She stood up, nodded her head in agreement, and lifted both Reuben and Gauri onto her back with one movement of her trunk. Before he knew it, Reuben was sitting on top of Lakshmi's big back and looking around him like a Maharaja. But Gauri quickly directed Lakshmi where to go and soon reached the car. With her powerful head and long trunk, Lakshmi bulldozed the car out of the mud as easily as if it were a toy. When they finally arrived back at the farm, everyone was alarmed to hear what had happened but glad that Reuben and Gauri had saved the day with Lakshmi's help. Daddy apologized to Reuben saying, I should have listened to your mommy. I am sorry I won't be able to go biking with you for some time till my ankle heals. Don't worry, Daddy. I have Lakshmi now, he replied excitedly with a wide grin on his face. Thus began their friendship. For the rest of the summer, Lakshmi and Reuben were always together. They played football and went swimming in the pond close by. When Reuben got tired, Lakshmi carried him on her back. When they went up or down slopes, she held him tight in her trunk so he would not fall. The days went by so quickly. Reuben could not believe it was already time to go back home to the States. He asked Mommy, "How many seats will Lakshmi need on the plane? Can she sit next to me?" Mommy said, "We can't take Lakshmi, Reuben, she won't fit in the plane." Reuben was shocked. "Leave Lakshmi behind?" But before he could protest, Aunt Jean came to the rescue. "Reuben, you can leave Lakshmi with us. She will be here when you come back for your next vacation. She will be waiting for you." Reuben nodded his head sadly and went slowly outside. He put his arms around Lakshmi. "Is that okay, my friend?" Lakshmi hugged him back with her trunk and slowly nodded her head. "I love you and will never forget you," Reuben promised. Before they left, Uncle Ram took a picture of everyone with Lakshmi. Back in Milwaukee, Reuben framed the photograph and put it in his bedroom. Reuben went back to school and shared his adventures with everyone. He became the most popular boy in his class. No one else had a pet elephant.